The Tao of Self-Confidence, Episode 54. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of outstanding women finding their inner journey to self-confidence 5 days a week. Visit our website at thetaoofselfconfidence.com to check out amazing blog articles and our killer resources. Hello, friend. Welcome to the Tao of Self-Confidence, where I share stories of amazing women who have discovered their inner journey to self-confidence. I'm your host today, Sheena Yap Chan, and today I have a special lady who is currently in Las Vegas, so Viva Las Vegas, and she is a spiritual and intuitive teacher and coach, and she's here to share her story with us today and her tips on self-confidence. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce you to Christina Ambubuyog. Christina, how are you today? Maybe you can fill in a little bit more about yourself with the listeners?
Yeah, I'm great. Thanks for having me. So yes, I'm the founder of iliveintuition.com, and I really support, help, and teach women how to strengthen and tap into the power of their intuition, their inner knowing, really step into their life's purpose and create soulful lives. So I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. Yeah, we're excited to have you as well. And Christina, what is your cultural background?
I am Filipina descent. So I was born and raised in Chicago, but I'm here in Las Vegas. My parents are from the Philippines.
Awesome. I was actually born in the Philippines too. I was born in Cebu, so.
Oh, you were? Okay,
yeah.
my father's in from Cebu area too.
Nice.
Yeah, very cool.
You have to visit the Philippines for sure. It's a very beautiful country, especially the beaches.
Yes, especially in Cebu. They have such amazing beaches over there.
Oh, yeah, definitely. So, Christina, what would be your favorite self-confidence quote?
So my favorite self-confidence quote is from Michael Bernard Beckwith, and it's, "Don't look for your dreams to become true. Look to become true to your dreams."
Wow, that's the first time I've actually heard that, and I love it, right? Because, we're always trying to chase our dreams, right? But I guess we kind of see it's already coming true in ourselves and kind of like believe it before we see it. So I really love that. Thanks for sharing that. And in your own words, what would be your definition of self-confidence?
Self-confidence to me is really about stepping into your own power, and it's really about trusting in who you are and to show up and to fully express who you are no matter what, right? No matter what the situation is. And I think that self-confidence is really having that ability to stay true. So not only express your truth, but to stay true, right? Because I think throughout life, we get so inundated around who we should be or who we're not being. And it becomes easy for us to sway away from our own truths. So that's what I feel confidence truly entails.
Yeah, I love that. And it's so true, right? I mean, especially as Asian women, we're always told what to do, how to dress, how to talk, how to sit, how to cross our legs, like pretty much, everything, right? And it's like if we make a mistake, it's like the end of the world. So, I love that, being true to yourself is not like, it's the best feeling in the world, but there are challenges that come with it. And it's just, the universe or God or whoever you believe in just testing you to see how strong you can be. So thanks for sharing that.
Absolutely.
And Christina, what was your life like before the discovery of self-confidence?
Before self-confidence, I think I hid a lot in my own life, meaning I really didn't fully express myself. I didn't really stand in what I believed in. I was continuously had a lot of negative self-talk about my own creativity and my own talents, and it created a lot of confusion for me. So that really didn't let myself be who I really wanted to be because of a lot of these excuses about who I believed I was, and that I wouldn't be able to do certain things, or I wasn't able to create a successful life being an artist and being an intuitive, and all these negative self-talk that I had within myself. So it was pretty draining to live in that kind of mindset and continuous fear around being true to yourself. And what would people think, and what would they say, and what would my family say, and all that. So it was definitely draining, to say the least.
I can relate. We've been told so much what to do. We forget to trust ourselves, and then, when we make this decision about our lives or what we want to do, it's like we have to always second guess ourselves because we've been so programmed to like depend on other people for decisions. And then we get scared as to like what they would think if we do something like out of the box or out of, normal standards, whatever normal is. But, so I mean, I think it's something that every woman goes through, right? Like that path of self-sabotage. I've been guilty of it for sure, right? Like, well, what if nobody listens to me? Or what if, I'm making the wrong decision? Or what if, what if? And then people don't realize what if the decisions you make are right? What if the decisions you're doing are leading you to the right path in your own journey? So, I think it's something that I love that. I think it's something a lot of women that can relate to, right? So thanks for sharing that. And, what was that aha moment when you realized, what, you are more than enough, right? The decisions you make, the path you take, you can start trusting yourself and, kind of stop doing that self-sabotaging part of your life.
In 2008, on New Year's Day, I woke up with absolutely no voice. And it wasn't like I was partying hard the night before. So it wasn't from that. But it was, I didn't have a voice for a whole entire week. And it wasn't sick or anything. I just completely couldn't even talk. And it was really in that silence that I was forced to go within and forced to really, really look at my life and what was happening currently. And so for the past year of 2007, before that happened, I was getting sick continuously over and over again. And so it came to a point where I really realized that I was unhappy and I was very disconnected. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. And it was in that moment that I was just like, all right, what's going on here? What is it that I truly want? And that's when I started to claim this place of, okay, I love my art. I love my creativity. I love giving readings. I love doing the healing work. And I had to get honest with this desire inside of me that really wanted to come through in that way. And I just knew I couldn't go back to the old. I couldn't go back to being sick all the time. I couldn't go back to this place of continuously negating myself and dismissing my dreams. So that was a really, really big aha moment for me, was just like, basically the universe was like, shut up and listen. Literally. So I did.
That's awesome. And yeah, that could be scary, not being able to talk for a whole week. Some people don't realize these gifts that we have, right? The gift to talk and the gift to have a voice, right? And, some people might take it for granted, but like you had that aha moment where you couldn't talk for a whole week and probably had that big realization that, I have a voice, I have to start making use of it so I can help people out there and show them my creativity, my talents, my strengths that can make their lives even better too, right? So, thanks for sharing that. Like, my mom always was telling me that, I never talked until I was like 5 years old, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. And,
wow.
And they all thought something was wrong with me, right? Because I'm 5 and I couldn't say a word, right? But people don't realize, everyone's journey is different, right? Some people might not start till they're talking till they're 5 or 2 or 1, right? Because now my mom's like, I can't get her to shut up, but...
And now you have a podcast.
Yeah, now I have a podcast. So she's not here to tell me to shut up. So.
I love that.
But it's so important that we have this gift to talk. We have this gift of voice that we have. It's our duty, I think, and our responsibility to go out there and spread the word of like love and kindness and be able to help each other, help people go out there and just live better lives. Like look at Helen Keller. She was blind, deaf, and she couldn't talk, but yet she still used whatever she could to impact the world. So we have like an upper hand just having a voice and being able to talk. So I really love that you shared that aha moment of yours. And what's your life like now after that realization?
I feel there's been a lot that happened. So I think first and foremost was really just, I was able to step into this work that I do now full time. And I've worked with I've given thousands of readings, have been able to teach and work with clients all around the world, which is so beautiful, the magic of the internet. And I found a way to blend my gifts, if you will. Like, I think that was one of the things I was so confused about, was this place of, okay, I'm an artist, I'm a creative, I'm a psychic, I'm a healer, I like to teach, and like, how do I bring all these things together? So I think through this process and really owning and strengthening and choosing self-confidence has allowed me to pave a way in which I can blend it and make it unique for me and, make it fun and unique for other people to experience as well. So that's been really, really, really great. Just teaching and even speaking at TEDx has been a huge opportunity for me through this journey too.
Wow, that's awesome being able to speak at TEDx. I mean, just, that the exposure alone and being able to just make a huge impact to the world in that one platform or that one channel is a huge accomplishment, I think. So, congrats to that.
Thank you.
Christina, to the woman who's listening to your episode, right, she's inspired, she's shocked by some of the things that happen to you, but she realizes, that she's just as important as well, and she's on her own journey to self-confidence. What would be that one tip you would give to her?
I would say really trust, cultivate, strengthen, and create a deep connection with your intuition. Because, we all have this inner wisdom, this inner voice that is continuously guiding us along our highest path and purpose. And so when we can trust in that inner voice, then we have this confidence within us that no matter what direction I take or no matter what choice I take or whatever situation I'm in, especially if it's a challenging one, that I have this resource within me that allows me to trust in the direction that I'm being guided to at this moment. And so when you have this trust with yourself, then you know that you can do whatever it is that you want to do. And you know that even if you take a wrong path, there really is no wrong. You're able to course correct. You're able to guide yourself and be guided in the direction that is most fulfilling for yourself. So I am obviously my whole business around intuition, but I'm a firm believer that we have this connection within ourselves. So whatever you can do to really cultivate that space within you and to start trusting in that inner voice and give it a voice, give it that moment. If there's something within you that says, something's not right here, or I'm feeling this instead, that you give yourself a moment to just pause and give that voice a space and a place in which you can start to dialogue with that voice.
Awesome. Well, thanks for that tip. And I also believe, too, there's no such thing as like the wrong path, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are too cautious about ready, aim, fire, when we just got to go ready, fire, aim. And the more you fire out, the actions that you take, the wrong actions that you take, it will always lead you to the right stuff. And even sometimes the mistakes that you make, they could still benefit you, right? So, we've been so conditioned in this world to like not make a mistake. When we go to school, we make a mistake, it's like we fail, right? And this notion of failure has been, embedded in our heads as like something bad when, failure is something good, right? I don't even like the word failure. I like calling it feedback because, it's just telling you, hey, that didn't work. Just move on to the next, right?
Right.
So I love that you mentioned, don't worry about going through the wrong path, or not the wrong path, but like if you make a mistake, because it still leads you to that right path in your journey or whatever it is that you're planning to do. So thank you for that. And Christina, if our listeners wanted to get to know a little bit more about you and the services that you do, is there a website that we can go to or any social media profiles?
Yeah, absolutely. So you can go ahead and visit me at iloveintuition.com. And if you join our little family, our soulful family, I've got a free video training, Unlock the Power of Your Intuition. I'm also on Facebook at I Love Intuition, Instagram at Christina Ambubuyog, Periscope. So I'm doing a little bit more periscoping. So you can join me there at I Love Intuition as well.
Awesome. I love Periscope. I mean, it's such a great platform to connect with people, especially like with the work that you're doing. I mean, it's a great way to connect with your audience. I feel, yeah. And, I think every woman should be on Periscope because, we all have pretty faces, so we might as well just like show it.
Exactly. I love that.
So to the listeners over there, please head on over to the taoofselfconfidence.com and search for Christina's name. Her show notes will pop up along with everything else we talked about. And I really want to thank Christina for taking the time to share her story, share her tips on self-confidence. So Christina, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
No problem. And to the listeners out there, be on the lookout for another new episode of the Tao of Self-Confidence, another episode of another woman's amazing journey to self-confidence, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye for now. Thank you for connecting with us on the Tao of Self-Confidence. Visit thetaoofselfconfidence.com for links to everything we chatted about, as well as killer resources, gifts, and so much more.